Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this Grogu or Yoda inspired little googly-eyed creature. So let's get started. You're going to need some green yarn, some brown yarn, and I have googly-eyed green. I have a pair of scissors. I have a crochet hook that's a size I. And I have a tapestry needle. And so I start with the googly eyes, and I need them to be wider set. So how I do that is I bend them. But I'm very careful on not trying to bend them so they'll break, because I know that there probably is a breaking point, but I'm not going to break them. I'm just going to bend them so they are wider set than what they are. So I just bend it, and so you can see that they'll stay like that. And so I start with a green yarn, and I start with a magic ring, and start with a magic ring, and then I chain 1. And then I do 8 half double crochets in the magic ring. Okay, so I have my 8 half double crochets in my magic ring. And then now I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and do a half double crochet in that first stitch. And then I'm going to do 2 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then I'm going to take my googly eyes and I'm going to insert my hook like I'm doing half double crochet. I'm going to bend them another good bend without breaking them, and then I'm going to set that on top of my magic loop, or what I have for my magic ring for started. And so now I'm going to, it's a little fidgety, I'm going to do a half double crochet around the googly eyes, and in that first stitch that I was working on the next one. And I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in each of those, just like the pattern would be for if I'm going around on this pattern. So I'm just going to do 2. There's 2 more. So there's 4 half double crochets around my googly eyes, and then in the next stitch I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, so now my googly eyes are attached, and now I'm going to go behind this eye. So you can see that I did that. That's where I just did the 2 out of this stitch, and now I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the stitch behind that eye, and I'm just going to continue with that pattern until I reach the end, which is right there. Okay, now I've completed that row, or that round, and I slip stitch to the beginning, and I chain 1. And then now I'm going to do a half double crochet in that first stitch, and I'm going to do 1 in the next stitch and 2 in the next stitch. So the pattern I'm going to repeat is 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And that's the pattern around. So there's 2, and then in this stitch I'm going to do 1. And then I gotta have 2 half double crochets in this stitch that's around the eyes. You can see that it'll be a little interesting. So I kind of have to get my crochet hook the front of it in that stitch to give it some space. And then I do 2 half double crochets in there. Pull some more yarn. And then I do 1 half double crochet, and then So I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around to the beginning. Okay, so I completed that round, and I'm going to cut my yarn and tighten, make that a knot. And so I have the 3 rings, or the 3 rounds complete. And now I'm going to start on the ears. And the ears are kind of a little interesting way of doing it. So I start with the slip knot, and I'm going to start with the right ear first. So I'm just going to go in right here at the top, just above the eye. And I'm going to start with a single crochet. That's how I'm going to attach it. So I'm just going to single crochet that onto the head, and then I'm going to do, I need a total of 9, so I'm going to do 8 chains. Okay, so I have my single crochet and my 8 chains, and it totals 9. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip my work, and I'm going to go into the bottom part of those chains on the back side. So the first stitch I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch in the second chain from hook, and the next stitch I'm going to single crochet. I'm just working on the bottom, but it ends up being the top when you have it flipped upside down. Then I do a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then I do a double crochet in the next, whoops, a double crochet in the next, a treble crochet in the next, and then 2 treble crochets in the next stitch. And then I do 2 more treble crochets in that single crochet space. And make sure you go through both loops of the single crochet so it looks like it's still a chain. All right, so there's my ear. And you can go into any of these stitches with a single crochet. However, I choose to do it to skip these because the higher you put it, the higher the ear is going to fall. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3 and see what that looks like. And if I like the 3, then I'll go into the 3. See, it's still too high. So I'm going to go into the 4th stitch without dropping any of my stitches. So let's see this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to slip stitch to that. And that pulls that ear down, as you can see. So he looks like Yoda. And then you can just stretch it and see, I think that works. And then what I do is I chain 1 because I'm at the back. So I have him turned around. I could single crochet or half double crochet around here, but I don't want to because I want all my stitches the best I can on the front. So I'm just going to chain 1 and tighten that down there. And then I'm going to grab my green again and then do a slip knot and start with a single crochet. And then now I'm going to slip stitch on that top part of that ear. Just slip stitch it to that. And then what I do is I do a half double crochet in the next stitch. And I repeat the pattern that it would be for round 4. So round 3 ended with 1 half double crochet in 1 stitch and 2 in the next stitch. Now I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 stitch, half double crochet, here's 2. And I'm going to stop at the top of this stitch right here so I can start the other ear. So I'm just going to continue to there And then I'm going to start the ear. So if you want to, 1, 2, here's 2 more. 1 stitch, half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets. Okay, so I'm at the top of that stitch. And you can see to start to form Yoda, or inspired Yoda. And then, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have my 8 chains, and I'm going to count this as 9. So it'll be even on the other side. And so what I do is I slip stitch in the second chain from hook, and then I single crochet in the next stitch. I half double crochet in the next stitch. I double crochet in the next. Whoops. I double crochet in the next stitch. And you can see this ear starting to form too. And then I'm going to do a treble crochet in the next stitch. And then I'm going to do 2 treble crochets in the next stitch. Whoops. And then I'm going to do 2 treble crochets and see where I came out of on that half double crochet, the one that I ended on. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in that stitch. Okay, so then you have him, and then the same thing goes for this side, is I at least go into the 3rd, if not the 4th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the 4th stitch, and I single crochet that there. So you have your little Yoda. So there is his head and his ears. And so what I do to complete him is, after I slip stitch there, is I do a chain 1 and I do another half double crochet, and I complete my round. So the same round I was working on up here, I'm going to complete that to the other end of this ear. So I'm just going to go in 1, there's 1, 2. So this one has 2 half double crochets, and I'll complete this round, and I'll see you at the end of that. Okay, so I completed the rest of that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch it to the bottom of his ear. And I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn. And then I am going to take the brown yarn, and I am going to take the bottom part again, and I'm going to take this next stitch here, and I'm going to single crochet the brown to attach, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch and half double crochet in the next. I'm going to do 2 in the next half double crochet, and I'm going to continue with 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then in the 3rd stitch I'm going to do 2 half double crochets here, 1 half double crochet in the next, 1 half double crochet in the next, 2 in this one, whoops, and then 1 in the last. And then, so this gives him his body, it looks like his robe. Then I'm going to chain 1, turn, and I'm going to just do a decrease in the end, and then I'm going to continue to half double crochet in each stitch to the end. And you can see he's starting to form. I kind of make them a little bit rounded, but not terribly rounded. I want them to lay flatter, but I don't want a ton of stitches in there. So there you have it. I chain 1, and there's your Yoda inspired Grogu guy. And I cut my work. And there you have it, your inspired Grogu or Yoda googly-eyed creature. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments for me to make. Thank you for watching. Bye.